For the Jazba 1-year anniversary, we invited the team from Jamun and Goa to come and cook their menu for 3 nights. Jamun is a restaurant under the Passcode Hospitality Group in India. The award-winning hospitality group has many successful restaurant and bar concepts throughout India, including Delhi, Goa, Pune, Hyderabad, and Mumbai, just to name a few cities. Chef Piku is the corporate chef who has a fiery and passionate personality for cooking and hospitality. He was recently recognized as the number 12th best chef in India, according to Culinary Culture's Food Superstars Awards. Goa was colonized by the Portuguese, so although it is classified under the umbrella of Indian cuisine, we serve dishes that feature chorizo and poi breads, which is not a bread that's made in the tandoor. On Monday, Chef Piku and Remy stopped by Jazba to meet me and my chefs. We went through each dish and recipe, and I formulated the prep list for my cooks to prep. We looked at our plateware and kitchen, and I developed a plan for which dishes would come from what area of the kitchen. We were running our regular Jazba menu for Thursday night dinner service, and then on Friday night through Sunday night, we would run the entire Jamun menu, which included 8 appetizers, 8 entrees, and many side dishes. We expected about 200 guests a night, so essentially I had to clean out my kitchen overnight and open a new restaurant and kitchen the next night. From Tuesday to Thursday, the Jamun chefs would come throughout the day and work with our cooks to prep some of the dishes out while I worked on the sourcing of ingredients and staff training material. My biggest stress and fear was that the poi bread was a flatbread that needed to be baked in a stone pizza oven, which of course we did not have. When we did our initial Zoom calls a few months before the event, I just said, yeah, I'll find you guys an oven to bake the bread, without actually thinking how that could be accomplished. Once we got into the final few weeks, I started asking everyone I knew, but the problem was that we had to bake the bread fresh every day, which meant I would have to go into someone else's kitchen on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday during the busy October season and do about 200 breads daily. Finally, Steven Cusado, who helped me with the Make-A-Wish event at Jamun, put me in touch with Paul, who is the owner of The Stand, New York City, on 16th Street by Union Square. Another issue arose while speaking to Paul, which was that the bread dough had to proof and be rolled and baked instantly, so we couldn't even prepare anything super early in the morning, and we would have to wait to as close as possible to dinner service to get the baking done. So at 4 p.m. on Friday, 1 hour before our 200 guest dinner service started, myself and a couple of porters started walking with trays of poi through the East Village and started baking with the help of the chefs at the stand. Chef Remy from Jamun stayed back at Jazba to roll out the remaining dough, and we ended up taking several trips and about 1.5 hours to bake everything off. I re-entered the Jazba kitchen at around 5:30 p.m. with a full house already, and it took about 30 minutes to get everything back on track, and the rest of the service went smoothly. For the executive chef to not be in the kitchen of his own restaurant for the 1-year anniversary dinner featuring an entirely new menu and chefs visiting from India stressed me out beyond belief. I was racing against the clock to get out of the stand with my 200 freshly baked poi. Right as I walked out of the stand, Mr. Softy had an ice cream truck, and the guy working there asked me for a piece of bread. At this point, my mind was mush, so I said, sure, just give me an ice cream in return, which he actually did. Before he gave me the cone, he started twirling it and messing with me, which all these ice cream guys love to do, and I was feeling cranky since I hadn't eaten all day and needed to rush back for service. So I was about to throw the entire tray of 500-degree fresh baked breads at his face, but luckily it did not come to that, and I was able to make it back to Jazba with a belly full of chocolate ice cream. That's just one story out of many of why I really love this industry.